The rain is tracing patterns on the glass outside, while I'm drifting on a rhythm, nowhere left to hide. I found this paper harbor in a corner shop, where the ticking of the second hand decides to stop. Dust motes dancing in a single beam of gold. The stories in my hands that have already been told. My thumb grazes the fiber of soft familiar grit, the ghost of a coffee stain where the last soul lit. It's a quiet conversation with the strangers in mind, leaving all the digital noise far behind. Just the friction of the pulp against my tired skin, waiting for the next chapter to finally begin. Turning pages, feel the weight of the years in the space between the ink and the silent fears. Tracing lines of a map that I'll never tread, with the scent of old wood and the things unsaid. Slow it down, let the static fill the room, a rhythmic rustle in the amber tinted gloom. Finger on the edge, yeah, we're moving slow. Just a paper heartbeat in the lo-fi glow. The spine is cracked like a sidewalk in the heat, a gentle syncopation, a steady paper beat. I wonder who was here before the ink began to fade, if they felt the same chill in the evening shade. Sometimes I find a flower pressed inside a leaf, a brittle little memory, a snapshot of their grief. Or maybe it was joy. It's hard to tell the tone when you're reading through the wreckage of a life unknown. My fingertip lingers on a word I've never used, a little bit lonely, a little bit confused, but there's comfort in the texture, the yellow and the gray, as the daylight starts to bleed and the sun slips away. Turning pages, feel the weight of the years in the space between the ink and the silent fears. Tracing lines of a map that I'll never tread, with the scent of old wood and the things unsaid. Slow it down, let the static fill the room, a rhythmic rustle in the amber tinted gloom. Finger on the edge, yeah, we're moving slow. Just a paper heartbeat in the lo-fi glow. Window pane is weeping, rhythmic tears tracing jagged paths down the glass, while the city outside dissolves into a blur of neon indigo and charcoal gray. I'm leaning back against the cold radiator, the foam pressed so tight against my ear that I can hear the hum of the battery, a tiny mechanical heart beating in sync with yours. You're 300 miles away, maybe it's 1,000. Distance feels like a fluid concept when the only thing connecting us is this digital thread and the shared frequency of the downpour. I can hear the static on your end, a soft crackle like old vinyl. Or maybe it's just the wind catching the microphone of your headset as you pace your room. Don't stop talking, your voice is the only thing keeping the shadows from closing in. You're describing the way the street lights look from your balcony, flickering like dying stars, and I'm closing my eyes, trying to superimpose your reality onto mine. We're suspended in this liminal space between the midnight we've outstayed and the morning we aren't ready to face. The tea on my nightstand is long since gone cold, a thin film of oil shimmering on the surface, but I don't move to change it. If I breathe too loud, the fragile tether might snap. We talk about nothing, the way the grocery store smelled like wet pavement. The song you heard in the elevator reminded you of a dream you forgot. The mundane details that feel like sacred scripture in the middle of the night. It's a quiet desperation, isn't it? This need to be heard when the world is sleeping. Stay on the line, let the rain do the heavy lifting, washing away the words we're too tired to say. Just a low-bitrate lullaby, drifting through the wires, keeping the loneliness at bay. The sky is leaking blue, the clock is stuck on 2, and all I need is the sound of your breath through the speakers. Don't hang up yet, the silence is too loud without the static of your soul. Just stay on the line, let the clouds move heavy, and we'll pretend the world hasn't moved an inch since we started this. My thumb traces the edge of the charging port, feeling the heat of the device, a surrogate for a hand I can't reach out and touch. You've gone quiet for a moment, and all I hear is the patter-tap on your roof, a different tempo than the one hitting my window. Yours is faster, more aggressive, like a frantic heartbeat, while mine is a slow, steady pulse. It's strange how we can be under the same sky, but feel a different storm. I'm looking at the pile of books I meant to read, the laundry I meant to fold, the life I meant to start. But right now, this small circle of lamplight and the weight of your presence in my ear is the only universe that matters. You start humming a melody that doesn't have a name, something off-key and beautiful, and I find myself counting the seconds between your breaths. We aren't moving forward, we aren't fixing the things that broke us. We're just hovering here, treading water in a sea of gray noise. There's a comfort in this melancholy, a safety in knowing that neither of us has the answers. We're just two people holding on to a signal, waiting for the clouds to break. Even though we know we'll miss the rain when it's gone, the blue light of the screen reflects in the puddles on the sill, a digital ghost in a physical world. I wonder if the satellites can see us, two tiny dots of warmth connected by a beam of light crossing the dark expanse. Keep talking about that movie you'll never finish, with a house you wanna build in a place where it never stops raining. Your words are the white noise that keeps my mind from wandering into the dark corner. Stay on the line, let the rain do the heavy lifting, washing away the words we're too tired to say. Just a low-bitrate lullaby, drifting through the wires, keeping the loneliness at bay. The sky is leaking blue, the clock is stuck on 2, and all I need is the sound of your breath through the speakers. Don't hang up yet, the silence is too loud without the static of your soul. Just stay on the line, let the clouds move heavy, and we'll pretend the world hasn't moved an inch since we started this. The clock on the wall clicks twice, a hollow heartbeat in the dark. The apartment is a shell, and I'm just a ghost wandering through the hallway, until I hit the linoleum floor of the kitchen. It's cold against my socks, a sharp contrast to the heavy air hanging in the lungs of the city outside. I reach for the kettle, the metal cold and indifferent. The hum of the refrigerator is the only baseline I need right now. low frequency vibration that fills the gaps between my thoughts. I turn the dial and the blue flame flickers to life, casting dancing shadows against the tiled backsplash. It's 2:14 a.m. The world is asleep, or maybe it just forgot I was still awake. I watch the water begin to shimmer, tiny bubbles clinging to the bottom like secrets I'm not ready to tell myself yet. There's a certain kind of peace in this isolation, a silver lining found in the solitude of a flickering light bulb. I'm not looking for answers tonight, I'm just looking for the warmth that starts in the palms of my hands and slowly works its way up to my chest. The window is a mirror of black ink, reflecting back a version of me that looks a little more tired than I remembered, a little more worn around the edges, like an old paper bag left out in the rain. And the steam starts to rise, swirling in the dim light like ghosts of conversations we never finished. Gray ribbons of vapor dancing toward the ceiling, blurring the lines of the room until everything feels soft, until the sharp corners of the day start to melt away. It's a quiet kind of blue, a gentle sort of ache that doesn't ask for much. Just the mist on the glass and the rhythmic dripping of a faucet that knows my name. We're drifting in the static, lost in the condensation of a midnight that never seems to end. Watching the heat dissolve into the shadows of a kitchen. I've seen too many lonely nights. I pour the water and the sound is a waterfall in a canyon of silence. The steam hits my face, damp and heavy, smelling like roasted leaves and dampened expectations. I lean against the counter, feeling the grain of the wood under my elbows. My phone is face down on the table, a silent brick that I'm too tired to check, too afraid of the silence it might confirm. I think about the things I should have said when the sun was still up, the words that got caught in the traffic of a busy afternoon. Now they're just echoes bouncing off the microwave door. The steam is thicker now, a veil between me and the reality of tomorrow. I'm not quite sad, but I'm not exactly happy either. I'm just existing in this lukewarm space between the two. The vapor settles on the window pane, tiny droplets racing each other down the glass like tears that don't belong to anyone. Outside, a distant siren wails, a reminder that the world is still hurting somewhere else. But in here, it's just me and the rising mist. I stir the cup, the spoon clinking against the ceramic, a delicate, lonely chime. I wonder if anyone else is watching their reflection in a kettle tonight, wondering where the time went, or if it ever really belonged to us in the first place. The shadows are long, stretching across the floorboards like memories trying to reach for the light. I take a sip, the heat burning just enough to remind me I'm still here, still breathing, still waiting for the morning to tell me what to do next. And the steam starts to rise, swirling in the dim light like ghosts of conversations we never finished. Gray ribbons of vapor dancing toward the ceiling, blurring the lines of the room until everything feels soft, until the sharp corners of the day start to melt away. It's a quiet kind of blue, a gentle sort of ache that doesn't ask for much. Just the mist on the glass and the rhythmic dripping of a faucet that knows my name. We're drifting in the static, lost in the condensation of a midnight that never seems to end. Watching the heat dissolve into the shadows of a kitchen that's seen too many lonely still breathing out the heat of a long afternoon. A heavy haze that clings to the fences and the rusty gates of the schoolyard. I walk through the entrance where the shadows are stretched thin, like ink leaking across the concrete. It's the last day, the final page of a chapter that felt infinite back in July. But now it's just a handful of sand slipping through my fingers. The hallways are different when they're hollow. My footsteps don't just fall, they linger, bouncing off the lockers that stand like rows of silent sentinels, guarding nothing but cold air and old stickers. I reach the door of the classroom, the wood feeling slightly rough under my palm. And as I slide it open, the silence hits me first. It's not a void, but a presence, a thick, dusty weight that smells of floor wax and stale chalk. The sunlight is carving long, golden rectangles across the floorboards, illuminating the dust motes that dance in slow motion, oblivious to the fact that the clock is ticking toward a deadline we can't outrun. I find my desk, the one near the back, where the window frame is slightly chipped. I sit down, and the chair gives a familiar lonely creak. Outside, the cicadas are screaming one last time, a frantic rhythmic pulse that only makes the stillness inside these four walls feel heavier. I rest my chin on my hand and watch the way the light touches the empty chairs. They look like skeletons of conversations we had weeks ago, ghosts of laughter that died out when the final bell rang in June. There's a strange comfort in this loneliness, a gentle ache that tells me things are ending exactly as they were meant to, leaving us behind in the golden blur of a fading summer. And the sun just hangs there, bleeding gold on the empty roads, while the ghosts of the summer are whispering things that nobody knows. It's the end of the line, the quietest crime, watching the daylight fade. Just a hollow room and a lingering gloom in the light that the evening made. No voices left, just the hum of the air and the shadows across the floor. We're standing on the edge of the season, and we can't go back anymore. I look at the chalkboard where a half-erased diagram still clings to the slate like a forgotten memory. It's a smudge of white dust, a fragment of a lesson that nobody needs to remember now. My fingers trace the grooves carved into the desktop, initials of people I might not even recognize in a few years. Tiny monuments to boredom and fleeting presence. The air in here is trapped, it feels like it belongs to a different era, a bubble of time that hasn't realized the calendar has already turned its back. I wonder if the walls feel the absence, the lack of scribbling pens and the rustle of paper, or if they prefer the solemn peace. The sky outside is beginning to bruise, shifting from a pale weary yellow to a deep melancholic violet. The clouds are hanging low, tinted with the orange glow of a sun that's given up for the day. I think about the books left in the lockers, the unwashed gym clothes, and the secrets told in the back rows. All of it feels so distant, like a movie I watched a long time ago. Tomorrow this room will be flooded with noise again. The air will be shattered by the slamming of doors and the heavy tread of sneakers, and the dust will be kicked up into a frenzy. But right now, it belongs to me. In the shadows, I'm not ready to let the noise back in. I'm not ready for the pressure of a new start, the expectations of a fresh page. I just wanna stay in this twilight, in this specific shade of almost gone. I close my eyes for a second, and I can almost hear the hum of the heater that won't be turned on for months. A phantom sound in the cooling air. The wind catches the thin white curtains, making them ghost dance against the window pane. A slow and rhythmic goodbye to the heat. I stand up, pushing the chair back, the sound echoing too loud in the cavernous space. I leave my shadow behind on the desk and walk toward the door, my heart feeling like a heavy stone wrapped in velvet. And the sun just hangs there, bleeding gold on the empty roads, while the ghosts of the sun across the floor. We're standing on the edge of the season, and we can't go back anymore. Yeah. 12:45. Everything's gone quiet now. Just the static in the snow. Let's just let it breathe for a second. The street lamp is humming a low-frequency tune, casting orange circles on a world turned silver. I'm standing at the iron gates, the hinges frozen shut. Or maybe they're just tired of holding back the night. Step one, and the crust of the ice breaks under my soul. A rhythmic crunch that sounds like a snare bones. The air is heavy, thick with the smell of wood smoke from a chimney 3 blocks over. But here, it's just me and the playground equipment looking like skeletal remains of a summer we forgot to cherish. I watch my breath hitch in the air, a ghost leaving my lungs, drifting up toward the clouds that have swallowed the moon whole. There's a strange kind of peace in seeing your own life turned into mist, disappearing before you can even name the feeling. The slide is a sheet of glass, the swings are weighted down by an inch of fresh powder, swaying just a fraction in the wind that doesn't have the heart to howl. It's just a whisper tonight, a secret shared between the oak trees and the benches that nobody sat on for hours. I'm thinking about how the snow doesn't choose where to fall. It just covers the cracks in the pavement, hides the gum wrappers and the cigarette butts, making the world look honest for once. But I know what's underneath, I think we all do. We're just waiting for the melt, but for now, the cold is a blanket. I'm not ready to kick off. The world goes soft, wrapped in midnight white. No footsteps behind me, no stars in the light. Just the hum of the heater in a car far away, and the things that we lose at the end of the day, falling down slow like a loop in a beat. Midnight static on a dead-end street. Stay in the freeze, let the clock take a rest. The silence is loud, but the silence is best. I found a spot on the edge of the sandbox, now a white desert, and I just lean back until the cold seeps through my jacket. It's a sharp reminder that I'm still here, still tethered to the ground, while the sky tries to settle on my shoulders. I remember how this place sounded in July, screams of kids, the frantic energy of the sun, the heat making the asphalt shimmer. No, it's the inverse. It's the negative space of a photograph. Every sound is damp and tucked into bed by the flakes that keep coming down like tiny frozen pieces of a letter I never finished writing. My phone vibrated a minute ago, a glow in my pocket, but I didn't reach for it. Whoever's calling is part of the world that moves too fast, the world that demands answers and timestamps and digital footprints. Out here my footprints are already filling up. In 20 minutes it'll look like I was never here at all. There's a comfort in that, being erased by something so beautiful and indifferent. I'm looking at the shadows of the seesaw, stretched out long and thin like a finger pointing nowhere. Maybe that's the point. We're always looking for a direction, a sign, a you are here map. But tonight the map is buried under 6 inches of white silence. I don't need to go anywhere, I don't need to be anyone. I'm just a witness to the gravity of the winter, a silent partner in this midnight deal. The trees look like they're holding their breath, waiting for a spring that's still 100 miles of ice away. And I'm right there with them, lungs burning just a little, heart beating a slow lo-fi rhythm that matches the crackles in my headphones. The world goes soft, wrapped in midnight white. No footsteps behind me, no the heater in a car far away, and the things that we lose at the end of the day, falling down slow like a loop in a beat. Midnight static on a dead-end street. Stay in the freeze, let the clock take a rest. The silence is loud, but the silence is best. Just let it fall. No rush to get back. The coffee's cold anyway. Just one more minute before the sun remembers we're here. Midnight white, static, yeah. Midnight white, static, yeah. Midnight white, yeah. Heavy iron gate. The heavy iron gate creaks under a sky that lost its blue. A pale shade of gray stretches over the gravel path, where footsteps sound like whispers of things we used to do. It's the late edge of November, and the botanical garden is breathing its last cold breath. The maples are tired, dropping their brittle stars onto the mossy stones one by one. Without a sound, I walk past the fountain, now drained and silent. A hollow concrete bowl catching the first hints of a frost that hasn't arrived, but is already felt in the bones. The air is crisp, tasting of distant wood smoke and damp earth. I pull my collar up, watching my breath bloom and vanish in the space of a second. There's a certain comfort in the decay, a slow motion collapse that doesn't demand an audience. The ferns are curling inward, retreating into the dirt, and the labels on the wooden stakes are fading. Names of flowers I'll never see in bloom. Everything is slowing down, the tempo of the city outside fading into a muffled hum. It's just me and the skeletal trees, standing like gray statues against the horizon. No birds are singing now, they've long since moved toward a warmer promise here. The clock seemed to have stopped in the middle of a tick. I find the benches, green paint peeling like old skin, and sit down to watch the light get dim. It's not a tragedy, just a closing chapter written in shades of brown and ochre. Amber light through the greenhouse glass, watching the seasons quietly pass. The flowers are asleep and the colors are gray, just letting the memories drift away. We're in the hollow, the edge of the cold, stories of summer beginning to fold. Don't need a reason, don't need a spark, just sitting here waiting for the early dark. Chill in the marrow, a ghost in the leaves. The garden exhales when nobody believes. Late autumn shadows, a slow motion sigh under the weight of a heavy gray sky. I wander toward the glass house, the Victorian dome rising like a bubble of another time inside. The air is thick and humid, a forced tropical dream trapped in a dying year. But even here the green feels exhausted, leaning against the glass as if looking for the sun that's been hiding for a week. The palms are dusty, their broad leaves casting long, jagged shadows across the tile floor. Outside the wind picks up, rattling the panes, reminding us that the warmth in here is an illusion. I think about how we try to preserve things, pinning butterflies on the glass, keeping roots warm while the world outside freezes solid. But nature knows better, it knows when to let go. I walk back out into the bite of the wind, preferring the honest cold to the artificial heat. The rose garden is a graveyard of thorns now, the vibrant red's replaced by a bruised purple that turns to black in the twilight. There's a beauty in this darkness, the way the branches reveal their true shape once the leaves are gone. No masks left, just the structural truth of the wood. I find a stray leaf caught in the crook of my sleeve, a jagged piece of oak, veins like a map of a city I used to know. I let it fall, it doesn't matter where it lands, the path is covered anyway. The sky is turning a deep bruised violet now. The sun's sinking behind the hills without any fanfare. The shadows are stretching long, reaching for my feet, pulling the garden into a deep, dreamless sleep. It's okay to be still, it's okay not to grow for a while. Amber light through the greenhouse glass, watching the seasons quietly pass. Flowers asleep and the colors are gray, just letting the memories drift away. We're in the hollow, the edge of the cold, stories of summer beginning to fold. Don't need a reason, don't need a spark, just sitting here waiting for the early dark. Chill in the marrow, a ghost in the leaves. The garden exhales what nobody believes. Late autumn shadows, a slow motion sigh under the weight of a heavy gray sky. The morning started with a pale shade of blue, the fragile kind of light that only April knows. I watched the cherry blossoms clinging to the branches outside, tiny pink lanterns waiting for a breeze that never came. But then the barometer dropped, a heavy weight in the air that you can feel in your marrow before you even see the clouds. Now the sky is a bruised purple, a messy watercolor painting left out in the sun for too long. And then it starts, not a drizzle, not a polite suggestion of water, but a sudden, violent arrival. The wind picks up, carrying that sharp, metallic scent of ozone and wet pavement. I hear it before I see it. The first heavy drops, striking the glass like pebbles thrown by a ghost. Tap, 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 a syncopated rhythm that doesn't care about the metronome. I'm sitting here on the edge of the unmade bed, watching the dust motes dance one last time before the shadows swallow the room. The window frame trembles just a little, a thin barrier between my quiet mess and the chaotic reset happening outside. Those petals I admired this morning, they're being torn away now, spinning in the updraft. Pink confetti for a celebration that feels more like a farewell. It's funny how spring promises growth, but starts with the storm that breaks things down. I reach for my mug, but the tea went cold 20 minutes ago. A bitter little pond, reflecting the flickering light of my desk lamp. The rain is getting louder, a roar that muffles the sound of my own breathing. And for a second, I feel like this room is a submarine drifting through a heavy gray ocean. Listen to the glass, it's singing in the gray. Spring storms washing all the yesterday away. Heavy rain knocking, let the rhythm take the lead. A little bit of sorrow is the only thing I need. Cloudy vision, static in the air tonight. Watching all the blossoms losing all their fight. Just stay inside, let the window catch the blow. Nowhere else to run and nowhere left to go. The storm has settled into a steady, relentless pulse. The glass is covered in long, shimmering streaks that look like tears if you're feeling poetic, or just gravity doing its job if you're not. I've been staring at the same page of this book for an hour, the words blurring into black ants crawling across a white field outside. The street lights flicker on early, casting a sickly amber glow onto the flooded gutters. I see the reflections of the trees dancing in the puddles, twisted and bent by the wind, looking like they're trying to claw their way out of the asphalt. It's a lonely sight, but there's a comfort in it, a validation that the world is as tired and restless as I am. Think about the things we leave out in the rain, the conversations we let get soaked until the ink runs and the meaning is lost. The storm doesn't ask for permission, it just arrives and demands your attention. It's a reminder that change change isn't always a soft sunrise. Sometimes it's a crack of thunder that makes your heart skip a beat. I pull my sweater tighter, the wool scratchy against my skin. Listen to the pipes in the walls humming a low dissonant tone. The heater kicks on with the click, but it can't quite reach the chill coming off the pain. I find myself tracing the path of a single droplet as it races down the glass, dodging the dirt and the condensation. A tiny, desperate journey that ends at the sill. We're all just racing toward a sill, aren't we? Waiting for the clouds to break so we can see what's left of the garden. But for now, the wind is still howling, a low moan in the chimney that sounds like an old song. I can't quite remember the lyrics too well. Just stay here, wrapped in the static in the gray, letting the storm do the talking while I keep my secrets tucked under the pillow. Listen to the glass, it's singing the gray. Spring storms washing all the yesterday away. Heavy rain knocking, let the rhythm take the lead. A little bit of sorrow is the only thing I need. Cloudy vision, static in the air tonight. Watching all the blossoms losing all their fight. Just stay inside, let the window catch the blow. Nowhere else to run, nowhere left to go. The clock on the wall is ticking, but the sound feels miles away, muffled by the heavy velvet of the morning air. I'm suspended in this indigo light, where the ceiling seems to drift higher with every breath I take. Is the sun rising, or is the moon just refusing to leave? Eyelids are anchors pulling me back into a sea of half-formed thoughts and echoes of conversations that never actually happened. I see the dust motes dancing in a single stray beam of light, swirling like tiny galaxies in a room that feels both too small and infinitely vast. There's a cup of coffee on the nightstand, long since gone cold, a stagnant mirror reflecting a world I'm not quite ready to rejoin. The sheets are a labyrinth of cotton and shadow, holding the warmth of a dream I can't fully remember but can't seem to let go of. I reach out a hand, feeling the texture of the air, thick and sweet like honey, blurring the sharp edges of the dresser and the books piled high in the corner. Reality is a radio station losing its signal, static creeping into the melody, turning the familiar into something ghost-like and strange. I'm not sleeping, but I'm certainly not awake. I'm just lingering in the hallway between the what is and the what if. The silence isn't empty, it's heavy with the weight of nostalgia for a place I've never been. It's the sound of a tape hiss, the crackle of a vinyl record spinning on an empty groove, a rhythmic heartbeat that matches the slow thrum of the city outside. Cars hum in the distance, a low-frequency lullaby that keeps me anchored to the earth, even as my mind floats toward the rafters. Every shadow tells a story, stretching across the floorboards like ink spilled on a page, writing verses about the beauty of being lost. I don't need a map here, the compass is spinning, and for once I don't mind not knowing which way is north. This is the Madaroni, the soft collision of the stars and the streetlights, a fragile border where the whispers of the night meet the silence of the day. I'm drifting in the gray, caught in the seams of a fading vision, where the truth is just a shadow and the dream is the only light I see. No rush to wake, no will to sleep, just hanging in the balance on the invisible line. heart forgets the ticking of the clock. If I close my eyes again, the walls might dissolve into a forest of sighs, where the trees are made of old letters and the rain smells like wood smoke. But if I open them too wide, the magic might shatter like thin glass, leaving me with nothing but the cold clarity of a Tuesday morning. It's a delicate dance, keeping the focus off, letting the colors bleed into one another until the blue of the sky is indistinguishable from the gray of the curtains. I feel the phantom weight of memories, fragments of faces, the smell of a winter cold, the taste of a bitter orange, all swirling in this quiet whirlpool of the subconscious. Time is a liquid here, dripping slowly from a leaky faucet, pooling on the floor until I'm wading through hours that have no names. I think about the people walking outside, their shoes hitting the pavement with a purpose I can't quite comprehend right now. They are moving in straight lines, while I am moving in circles, caught in the orbit of a thought that hasn't quite finished forming. There is a strange comfort in this isolation, a peace that only comes when you stop trying to solve the puzzle and just admire the scattered pieces. The wind brushes against the window pane, a gentle reminder that the world is still turning. Even if I've stepped off the ride for a moment, it's not a sad feeling, but it isn't happy either. It's just a profound sense of being without the doing, like a photograph that's been left in the sun too long. The details of my life are washing out, leaving only the essential shapes and the warm glow of existence. I am a ghost in my own room, watching the light shift from pale gold to a dusty lavender, savoring the ache of the transition. The boundary is thinning, the veil is lifting, but I'll stay here just a little longer, tucked away in the creases of the morning. This is the Matterhorn, the soft collision of the stars and the streetlights, a fragile border where the whispers of the night meet the silence of the day. I'm drifting in the gray, caught in the seams of a fading vision, where the truth is just a shadow and the dream is the only light I see. No rush to wake, no rush to wake, no will to sleep, no will, just hanging in the balance on the invisible line, where the heart forgets the ticking of the clock. I'm sitting here in the blue light of a screen that never sleeps, watching the dust dance in the glow of a desk lamp that's seen better years. It's 3:14 a.m., the hour when the ghosts of who I used to be start knocking on the glass. I found that old notebook today, the one with the frayed edges and the ink stains from a pen that leaked in a pocket you forgot to empty. Yeah, I'm talking to the version of me that still thought the world had a ceiling. You were so sure that by now the static would have cleared, but look at us, the air is still thick with the same questions, just different shadows. I see you standing there in that blurry photograph, wearing that oversized hoodie like armor against a world you hadn't even met yet. Your eyes are wider than mine, and now there's a certain kind of hunger in them that I've learned to trade for a quiet sort of survival. I wanna tell you to run, but I also wanna tell you to sit down and just breathe the air before it gets heavy. You spend so much time looking at the horizon that you never noticed the ground crumbling beneath your sneakers. It's not a tragedy, really. It's just how the clock ticks when nobody's winding it. We aren't heroes, and we aren't villains in someone else's story. We're just the background noise in a city that doesn't know our names. I remember the way you used to stare at the rain and think it meant something deep, something cinematic. Now It's just water on the windshield, a reason to stay inside and listen to the hum of the refrigerator. You were waiting for a sign, a lightning bolt to strike and tell you which path to take. I'm sorry to tell you that the signs were all written in a language we never learned to speak. We just stumbled, we just drifted, and somehow that led me here, to this chair, writing back to a ghost that can't hear me. It's just echoes in the hallway, shadows on the floor, a letter to the person that I'm not anymore. The rhythm's getting slower, the tape is running thin, searching for the places where the light used to get in. Not quite a regret, not quite a happy end, just a conversation with a long-lost friend. Keep the static coming, keep the colors gray. We're just passing through the middle of a rainy day. I look at your hands in that picture, and I realize they don't have the scars I carry now, but they're shaking just the same. You were so afraid of failing that you forgot to actually try the things that matter. You spent nights staring at the ceiling, calculating risks like you could solve life with an equation. I wanna tell you that the math doesn't work, the variables change. When you aren't looking, people leave, the coffee gets cold, then the songs you thought would be an anthem start to sound like tired cliches. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? Knowing that all that worrying didn't change a single outcome. I'm not here to give you hope, because hope is a loud thing, and this room is built for silence. I'm here to tell you that it's okay, that you didn't become the person in the brochures, the one with the perfect smile and the clear direction. We're messy, we're a collection of half-finished projects and books we read halfway through before losing interest, and that's the part that's actually okay. You were so worried about being enough, but you never defined what that meant. Is it enough to just exist in this low-key frequency, to find a beat that matches the pulse in your wrist and just let it ride? I see you overthinking the smallest conversations, replaying them until the words lose all meaning. I still do that sometimes. Some things don't change, they just get quieter. I wish I could tell you that everything happens for a reason, but that's a lie people tell themselves so they can sleep. Things just happen, we react, we move, we stall. There's no grand design, just this looped melody and the smell of old paper. Don't look for the big moment, it's not coming. Instead, just notice the way the light hits the floorboards right now. It's fleeting and it's a bit sad, but it's real. That's more than I can say for the dreams you were chasing. You don't need to be brave, you just need to be here, even if here is a bit lonely and the tea is gone bitter. We're doing fine in a tired sort of way. It's just echoes in the hallway, shadows on the floor, a letter to the person that I'm not anymore. The rhythm's getting slower, the tape is running thin, searching for the places where the light used to get in. Not quite a regret, not quite a happy end, just a conversation with a long-lost friend. Keep the static coming, keep the colors gray. We're just passing through the middle of a rainy day. Just passing through, no need to rush the ending. The tape loops back eventually. Go to sleep, kid, we're all ready to. Just passing through. The sun dips below the skyline, leaving behind a bruised purple haze that sticks to the glass of my window below. The concrete arteries of the city are pulsing with a frantic. I watch the headlights smear into long golden streaks. A million lives rushing toward destinations they'll forget by tomorrow morning. There is a hum here, a relentless mechanical roar of engines idling, of heels clicking against the pavement, of snippets of conversations that don't belong to me. It's a heavy weight, the sound of everyone trying to be heard at once. I reach for the dial, my fingers catch on the cold plastic, and with the single deliberate click I let the world fall away. The headphones settle over my ears like a heavy blanket, a soft barrier between the chaos and the quiet. The first note of the piano drops, a dusty melancholic minor chord that hangs in the air like smoke. Suddenly, the sirens are just a visual flicker of red and blue. The shouting on the street becomes a silent film. I am no longer a participant in the race, I am just a ghost watching from the sidelines. The static in my head begins to harmonize with the hiss of the record I breathe out. And for the first time in 14 hours, my shoulders drop an inch. The room feels smaller, safer, draped in the shadows of a desk lamp that flickers just enough to feel like a heartbeat. Mute the city, let the colors blur into gray. Turn the static into something that can stay. We're just echoes in the hallway made of glass and steel, trying to remember how the silence used to feel. Lo-fi heartbeat, let the rhythm take the lead. I don't need the motion, I don't feel the need to speed. Just a dial turned down, just a window slightly cracked, watching all the shadows find the pieces that they lacked. Mute the world, let the frequency go low. Nowhere left to run to, nowhere left to go. There is a certain kind of blue that only exists at 2 a.m. when the street lights reflect off the puddles and the world feels like it's underwater. I sit here with a cup of coffee that went cold 20 minutes ago, watching the steam vanish into the dim light. They say the city never sleeps, but maybe it just forgot how to dream. Everyone is chasing a ghost, running on a treadmill of expectations and neon signs that promise things they can't deliver. I spent so long trying to keep up with the tempo, trying to match the BPM of a life that moves too fast to enjoy. But in this room the clock doesn't tick, it just floats. I'm thinking about the spaces between the notes, the moments where nothing happens, and how those are the only parts that actually matter. It's a little bit lonely, I suppose. The silence has a sharp edge if you stare at it too long. It reminds you of the things you've left behind, the people who became silhouettes in your rearview mirror. But it's an honest kind of ache. It isn't trying to sell me a lifestyle or demand my attention. It just exists. I watch a lone bus crawl down the avenue, a glowing box of tired souls, and I wonder if any of them have found their own mute button tonight. The rain starts to pick up, a soft percussion against the glass, blurring the skyline until the buildings look like charcoal sketches melting into the dark. I don't need to be productive, I don't need to be seen, I just need this loop to keep spinning, a 3-minute sanctuary that I can play on repeat until the sun forces the volume back up again. Mute the city, let the colors blur into gray. Turn the static into something that can stay. We're just echoes in the hallway made of glass and steel, trying to remember how the silence used to feel. Lo-fi heartbeat, let the rhythm take the lead. I don't need the motion, I don't feel the need to speed. Just a dial turned down, just a window slightly cracked, watching all the shadows find the pieces that they lacked. Mute the world, let the frequency go low. To run to, nowhere left to go.